Yo, what is up, YouTube? Welcome to another call on Tyrone. Well, I guess I'll call it the Atlanta Dream Report. We're here to talk Dream basketball. We're winding down the season, 12-18. I wouldn't say disappointed. I say we achieved what we needed to achieve with this team. I'm not mad at what happened this year. I think growth happened. We got a real coach, and we don't have to worry about that for the next couple of seasons. So we're building. This was a building season, and I feel like we did a really good job. I'm here with a special guest, Miss Amber Thomas. How you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself?
I'm doing okay. Yeah, that's. I want to get into talking about your fandom. You are an Atlanta Dream fan and a LA Sparks fan, and we share in common one special player. I'm not gonna say her name. But we share a very special player. And we actually saw two because Erica Wheeler did play for y'all and she played for us. So, what are your views on that? Well, you can say her name, but for that player and Erica Wheeler and like their seasons and how you feel like they played.
Actually, it's a few more than that. It's like maybe like four in all, I want to say. Because Nia, Erica, Kennedy, and Brittany Sykes. So I'm going to give them all they just do. I feel like Kennedy, when she's been able to play, she's played very well. Um, I don't know what's the deal about why she hasn't got more playing time. I've been trying to get a clue on like what's the hold up, but I feel like she's played well when she's been able to play. Um, Erica Wheeler kind of disappointed in her play a little bit just because I felt like she could do a little bit more. She hasn't been as consistent offensively as I would have liked her to be this year for the Dream, but I mean, she has her spots. You know, she'll hit a shot from time to time. She'll give you a highlight. I'm not disappointed in that. Um, yeah, but between the two of them, I feel like I mean it was a pretty fair trade. I feel we'll see what happens. Come maybe playoff time, we'll see because both of them is trying to fall out of the picture. They're trying their hardest on both sides, but um, yeah, I feel like they've been playing okay.
I don't want us to fall out the picture in the play. I want us to make the playoffs. I would be happy if we made the playoffs, but I would understand if we didn't. Um, because you want to build, kind of, sort of. I feel like you want to build, so you don't want to rush it and be in the playoffs too soon and not be ready, and then your draft pick isn't as high. So I feel like we can. I don't want us to hit the slow down button, but if it happens, it happens. And we had a good season. We had a good stretch. That first couple of games really made us see what this team could be, and we weren't fully healthy, and we didn't have Tiff. And Tiff has come back, and I think that was a scary situation. That was a really scary situation. When she came back injured, and then they wouldn't tell us that she was injured, which was still weird to me. I still don't understand why they wouldn't tell us why she was injured. It had to be something real more serious, and she had to have had a surgery or something. But I mean, when she came back, now that she's healthy without the knee brace and she looks like she's running full speed, she's getting to the basket, she's still shooting. So she looks like the same Tiff. So I'm not really. I was nervous about it, but now I'm not really scared. I think coming back next season, I hope she just stays here and doesn't go play overseas, but she probably will. But it would be nice if she just stayed in America and just develop and play here for a summer, and just see how it goes. Because I feel like she goes over there and plays really bang bang basketball, and she never really can come back straight away. So I want her to be able to play at the beginning of the season. So I'd rather her just stay here at least for the off season. That's it. How do you think about that?
I feel you on that because Tip is one of those players. She does not have a slow down button at all. She goes. She uses her whole body. Like she'll crash all over the floor, and that's scary because like she's a girl of a certain age. I am too, so I know for sure like you can't be throwing your body around like that after 30. It's just not a smart thing. And I mean, I would love for her to stay put for my off season, but knowing her, she'll probably be on the first thing smoking out of here, and that could spill, like a shortened end of her career. But I hope not. It's just the way that she throws her body around is it's scary to watch sometimes.
She's a very, I mean, like you said, she has a really, I say she runs with like the R2. If you play 2K, she runs with the R2 button on sprint mode the whole time, and
Absolutely.
that's kind of funny because like she just doesn't stop. And Aerie reminds me of her a lot because Aerie just doesn't stop. Aerie just runs around and keeps going. I've never. She's a little. I call her a little glove. I call her the female little glove because I call her Gary Payton. I call her little Gary Payton. Like she just really just has no stop button. Like I've never seen her stop. She just keeps going on both sides of the ball, and that's why I see in Tiff. And I hope Tiff, I like you said, she'll be on the first plane out as soon as the season is. She's first one out, already going to play overseas. She's probably going to announce she's committed to play a team in the next couple of weeks. And I mean, we can't really stop it. That's her. That's her body. I mean, she wants to go over there and play. She wants to go over there and play. But it's really a shaky situation for me. I really don't want her to go over there again. She gets hurt again, then she comes over here, and this is an injury where she can't shake it off, and that's gonna be the hard part. But we can talk a little bit. We'll get a little bit more positive. Let's talk about the rookies. I feel like we have the rookie of the year, Ryan Howard. There's I don't think there's another rookie you can come up with. Maybe I can't think of the girl. Is it Shakiri? Is it the one in Washington?
Oh yeah, Shakira
She's
Austin.
yeah. She's about the only one I can think of. They have a really good, I think, career coming up between those two where they're going to be kind of compared in a way. So I think that's going to be a thing where you got to watch it and see how they play versus each other. They're going to be really hard fought games. But I think Ron gets her this year and she wins Rookie of the Year. Um, I mean that's an array. I mean she did some amazing stuff. She had some really amazing games. I mean, her first three games in the league were ridiculous. I don't think teams were ready to see somebody play like that. And even when they got adjusted, they still really weren't ready to see somebody play like that. And she's still having big games. Some games she gets, locked up, but she's a rookie. I'm expecting her to have games like that. But even still in that, she still has these 20, 30 point games at random, and you're just amazed at how she does it. And it's like, okay, we know she's the real deal. She just needs a year or two. And I don't even think it needs a year or two. She had such a good year this year. She's ready. I think this year was she had some games where I felt like teams knew how to stop her. And I think that was the game where those were games where you're just like, okay, she needs to, work on some stuff. But it's not anything she can't fix. So, for you, what do you think? What are your thoughts on Ron and the season that she had?
Man, I've been in love with her game like from the jump. I watched her a little bit in college. Um, I was really impressed then, just seeing how she worked to get like every bucket, and she's doing the same in the W is crazy. Like that leap that she took so quickly. Um, I would love for her to drive more. I said that like a couple of games ago when I was watching her, because like when she did, like when she does, it's like, girl, who's stopping you? Like they either gonna foul you or you gonna you gonna get the bucket. It really don't matter what they do. Like she's so long and athletic. Like, I can't wait to see what she's gonna do in the next couple of years, because like she's already like one of the top scorers in the league, and it's like just give her some time. Once she gets that time in, learns to adjust in game, like that's gonna be crazy.
she's scary. She's really scary. Like I think people don't understand that. Like that, she's a scary type of player. Like you, I don't think I've seen a girl in the W do some of the stuff that she does, and it's like just natural to her. Her step back maneuver, her little spin move, the little spin fade. It's just so natural. It just looks like it just comes like right off. Like she doesn't have to worry about what it is. It just comes right off of her. And it's like you don't see stuff like that. Like she's really just special. I've never. She's like my like I always tell people like I've watched the W for a long time and I've never seen anybody like her. I've never seen anybody play like her. The way she came in the league was nuts. The stuff she did, the record she broke in her first 3 games were nuts. And they weren't versus bad teams. They were early start teams, but they weren't bad teams. And she had some really great games. So I mean, you have to be like, man, you have to look at it and see like she did some amazing stuff this year. And talking about somebody else and the other rookie, our other, well, we got 3 rookies because I'll talk about Christy last. But Miss Nas Hillman had a slow start to the beginning. A lot of people thought she was gonna come out the gate and be, just I. She was a very heavily, talked about pick coming out the draft, and she dropped a little bit. And when she came to Atlanta, she didn't start immediately, and she didn't get a lot of playing time. But at the end of the season, what she's been doing, just getting rebounds, just scoring when she needs to score, has been absolutely amazing. She's a dog. Like I mean, like her mentality, like she has a dog mentality. Like she will go after anything, and I like that. Like she doesn't stop. I think that's the thing about her. She's another one that just doesn't stop. She's going to get rebounds. I think she had 14 last game or the game before last. And I'm just like, that's crazy numbers to have. And she's not a tall, big like center. She's not a tall forward. So she's just going up and grabbing them. So, what are your thoughts on Nas? If what you've seen from her this year and like her start and everything?
I've been waiting on this. I've been waiting on her to like put it together and get the opportunity because once she has, she's shown exactly what everybody saw in college. Like she has such a high motor, and that's what I love. Like anybody that can go out and do the dirty work. I mean, you on my list. I love it. I love the fact that she's not afraid of anything. Like she doesn't care who was in front of her. She's not like afraid of the spotlight. Yeah, she's had a couple of games where she's gotten taken advantage of a little bit, but it was against some pretty good players. So for her to go after it the way she has, it's been like really dope to see, and I'm really, really excited to see her leap forward as well.
Yeah, like you said, she's a dog. I think that's the thing. You like you said, a dog. Like she will go and get it. She doesn't get. She's not scared. She don't care if you bigger than her. She don't care if you smaller than her. She don't care who you are. It doesn't scare her. You're whoever. And she like you said the game she's gotten bodied. I mean Deladon is Dela. Like let's the names you think of when you think about, but all the other games she's played, she hasn't been getting beat up. She gonna go at you and she gonna put her body on you. She's gonna make sure you feel how she plays defense, and that's the thing. She's not scared to play defense. When she plays offense, she's gonna score quick. So you got a really high energy, high motor person, and another high energy, high motor person. Of course, but that whole. I guess I'll call our rookie class the high energy. A lot of high energy girls. Christy Wallace. I wouldn't consider her. Most people know she's been in. We drafted her in I think 2018. She's coming off of 2 ACL tears in back-to-back years. Um, and it doesn't look like she's missed anything. And I think that's kind of scary. Like it doesn't look like she missed playing basketball a lot. Like she looks really, really good, and she looked really, really good in the beginning, and continued to look really, really good throughout the season. And I think that's the thing that we have to look at. Like she was, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little skeptical. I was like, we've had her on the roster for a while, and she's coming off a bad, like 2 bad injuries. I don't know how long she's gonna be on this roster. And then she made it through training camp, and I was like, oh, okay, so she's gonna make it. And then she started, and I was like, oh, she's really doing something. Then I watched her play, and I was like, okay, yeah, I see why. And you see why, like, she got that role really, really quick. You can see why she did, and that was the fun part about this season. It was a lot of surprises. So for you, what was your views on Christy?
Man, coming in, I didn't know too much about her. Like, I don't get a chance to really watch college hoops like that. But yeah, like hearing about her tearing her ACL twice, I was like, we gonna see. And then she was a big, pleasant surprise. Like, especially when she started the season, because she got a lot more playing time, and we got to get used to her and like all that energy, like on offense and on defense, like her hitting shots, her getting after it on the defensive end. Man, she's another one that I love. Like, I love aggressive players, especially when they come in like with a all out attitude. Like, I love it. So she's been great to watch. I would love for her to pick it up a little bit now, but I mean, I get that she's not gonna get as much playing time as she did in the beginning of the season. But hey, man, if she can find her little spot again to where she can go hard like she did the first half of the season, man, we'll probably be in really good shape for the playoffs. We're gonna see what happens, but I really, really do like her. I'm high on her.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna put the spotlight on you because I'll answer it too. But who was your favorite rookie? And of course, I feel like you're gonna say Ron, of course. But out of the whole season, like what you've seen them grow and everything, what was your favorite rookie this season? Like out of those three, who was your favorite rookie?
That's kind of hard actually for me because like Ron is the obvious choice, but to be honest, I'm gonna give it to Nas only because like because she like slipped in the draft a little bit. It kind of remind me of like how Monique Billings started her career with the Dream, because like remember she's like dropped to the second round, and Nas dropped to the second round, and it's created this little chip on her shoulder, and I feel like it's just been eating at her just a little bit that she wasn't picked higher, but I feel like she's in a good spot, and I feel like I don't know. I really really like her game. Like, I just see her blossoming a lot quicker than a lot of people might have thought since she slipped so far. But I'm gonna say Nas. She's been fun to watch.
Yeah. Um, I think Nas is now. I was gonna say Nas too, but I'm not even gonna choose the obvious answer and say Ron. I'm gonna choose Christy. Um, and I think everybody's gonna be like, why you didn't choose Ron? We're not choosing the obvious answer. Everybody's gonna say Ron. If you watch the Dream play, everybody's gonna say Ron. And I'll tell you why Ron was the best. Ron's gonna win Rookie of the Year. But okay, we all know that. We feel if Ron doesn't win Rookie of the Year, I'll probably right. I would be intrigued on how she didn't. Really and truly. So I'm not gonna say that. I'm not just gonna choose the Rookie of the Year. I'll talk about Christy. I'll give Christy her spotlight. The way Christy did what she did, I mean, and coming like we said, coming off of two ACL tears, and it looks like you haven't missed a beat basketball wise. Like you're coming off, you're supposed to be coming off your third season, so you look really really in like just intriguing. Like it's kind of crazy what you think about what she's been through and what she's done to get to that point, and she's coming out here and she's playing great. I mean, she's playing great basketball. She was a spark in the beginning of the season. When she had to go to the bench, she still was a spark. And just getting her, if like you said, that concussion kind of knocked her down a little bit. I think when she got that concussion, it kind of knocked. I feel like, of course, it's a head injury, so it kind of did. It might have, not. It might have knocked some stuff, hurt her a little bit more than we think because she did come back kind of slow. I didn't think she was gonna. She came back, I think, in like 2 3 weeks. Like she missed a couple of games, and I got scared for a little bit. So to see her get to progress, and I think now she's gonna come back. She's gonna be fully ready when we if we make the playoffs. I say we will. So when we make the playoffs, I mean it's gonna be fun for her. I mean she's gonna be ready. She's gonna be a good sport. Um, year two, Aerie was special. We got to see her shoot a lot more than I didn't think she was gonna shoot as much as she did this year, but she did. And she made a lot more. She made a lot of threes. She made a lot. And she's still the little energizer that I mean, like she'll go off for a game and drop 21 and you're just like how when she's just hitting threes, just taking it to the hoop. She's another one where she's different than Ron because Ron's a bigger guard. Our Aries really small, so a lot of times she can just slip by people. And a lot of times she's gonna get fouled or she's gonna score, like you say about Ron. Cause she can just slip by and she'll slip by you and throw a layup up. And you're like, dang, I didn't even know she was behind me. So what were your views on her this year? Like, I mean, I say it was like I think she had a really big leap. She had a better leap than I expected. So, what were your views on her?
I gotta say the same. Like, yeah, she definitely stepped up quicker than I thought she would. Like last year, she didn't really have that much of a opportunity to play in the beginning of the season until it started to fall off the rails. But this year, like the leap that she took has been like, I'm like, okay, Ari, I see. Like that quick trigger off on that three, like who's stopping her? Like she too fast. You can't stay in front of her. Like you can't get by her on defense. Like she's like a little gnat. Like she just everywhere. She uses her body well, as small as she is. And I mean, she's shaping up to be a pretty good option off the bench, but I really would like to see her grow into a starting role. Maybe not the point guard, maybe the two. Very undersized two. But I mean, I've been loving what I'm seeing so far with her. Hopefully she'll shape up to be a star in this league. I see great things for her.
I think I like her at the two though. Like you said, she's a very underguarded, undersized two. But on defense, you can switch it and just let her play. Let her guard the point guard. So it would be a lot better. I feel like it would be a lot better if that was the case. That's the that's what I hope. But even if she comes off the bench, she'll have a solid career off the bench. She'll have a really great career off the bench. Like I think that's not what I want to see her be. I'd rather see her be a starter. But if that's the role she has on this team right now, and she has to play that role, then she's a very solid point guard coming off the bench. Um, we can talk about. I mean, there's a lot we can talk about first. The season. We can talk about Monique. We can talk about the forwards. We can talk about really the whole. Let's talk about the yeah. Let's talk about the forwards. Let's talk about the. Let's talk about Kennedy. I'm not Kennedy. No, I mean Cheyenne. Let's talk about Cheyenne. See, Kennedy just popped up. See, it's a curse. I'm telling y'all, it's a curse. Cheyenne. Let's
Don't
talk. It's a curse. I'm telling you, it's a curse. Let's talk about Cheyenne. Let's talk about all the. Let's talk about Monique. Let's talk about what those two brought. I'll bring those two up because those are our faces. Fresh off a baby, um, crazy season for Cheyenne. Fresh off of having a child. Came back looking. I feel like she came back looking better than she did before, and I don't know how that even happened. I feel like that she just came back looking amazing, and Monique is Monique. Monique can't be stopped. I don't know she's just Monique. So your views on those two and what you think. What they gave this team.
man, let me tell you, Cheyenne Parker has been one of my favorite players to watch for the last about at least 3 years, even when she was in Chicago, because that girl right there has it. Like When I'm telling you, when she gets to that left hand, like she's like unstoppable. She got post moves on post moves. Um, I've loved watching her progress a little bit more. Like she's doing exactly what I thought she would do when she got to Atlanta this year. Like I know last year, she was pregnant, but like this form that we seeing her in now is exactly what I knew that she could bring. And I'm glad that she's on my team now because I would hate to have to go against her. She is insane. And as far as Monique Billings, she's been one of my favorites since her rookie season as well. And like her motor is so high, I can't wait for her to come back. Um, I was hoping that she would be a little bit more uh offensively consistent. She hasn't been that just yet. I know she's working on it. I watched her when I've gone to games, and I came and popped in like a little early, like when the doors open, just to see people warm up. But I mean, she's working on it. Maybe like give her an off season or two. Maybe she'll get a more consistent mid range. But as far as all the other little things, like she's definitely like she's that girl, especially like rebounds and defense. Like you can't stop her, and I love her.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, she has some games where she just dominates and she just takes over. And that's the scary part. Like she'll just take over. And I don't know what it does, like what she does in those games before pregame. I don't know what it is, but she just takes over and you can't stop her. And I really think we have a chance. Look, okay, let's say we make a playoff push. I just want to see if we in our last couple games, if we make a playoff push, is it where does this? It starts at what? I can't think if it's at six or is it eight? Is it six or eight teams?
It's gonna be 8.
Okay, so to get eight, we have to have a better record than the Sparks. So for you, how does that feel? Because you have a chance to make either one of your team makes it, one of your team don't, and they're fighting for the last spot, or you just have you can either we both get in the Mercury go out. So how would you feel about that?
My agenda for this whole season has been for both my teams to make it. When I saw Atlanta was making a little push in the beginning, I was like, it's a chance that both might make it. Now, I'm going to be very torn because, they play on Friday. I'm going to be very torn. I, I probably need for, oh, I don't know who I need to win because I've been trying to like, I hate to play both sides, but I need for them to help each other into playoff position. I mean, they've been doing it the last few games. Hopefully, they can, maneuver their way in. But, ooh, that would be hard. That's gonna be really hard for me. That's gonna be extremely hard. I hate that they're both so close in the playoff race. I really do.
I
But I feel like, go ahead.
No, go ahead, you can finish.
But I just feel like if I had to throw one in there, I feel like because Atlanta has their pick, I feel like, maybe they would be a pretty good pick and they might have a chance at Boston. But other than that, I mean, it's hard. It's really hard on me.
I
I've
want I
really
want
tried.
to I really and truly I want to see. I don't know. Friday's gonna be fun. I feel like we're gonna blow the Fever out. We Let me not say that because some way somehow we might lose to the Fever. Pray to God we don't. But let me make sure that the Fever are hopefully the Fever aren't gonna upset us. So we beat the Fever. We play y'all. We play the Lynx. We play the Aces, and then we play the Liberty back to back. We can come out of this on a really hot streak or on a really really low streak, and I pray it's the hot streak. Because I think that needs to be we need that to happen. I really want us to make the playoffs. I would be happy if we made the playoffs. No, a lot of people don't. I don't know. A lot of people do, and some people don't. But I would really want to make the playoffs right now, just to, just to make it seem like just to have experience. This is a young team, just to have some playoff experience and see what might happen. We might just go on a run. You never know. So, and I would like that. I would want to. I don't know. I don't know if I want to see the Sparks because that'd be fun. I feel like that's a. I don't know if it's a. I wouldn't say it's a rivalry. I feel like it would just be. We just don't like each other for some reason. I think it's really because of that curse that I can't. I'm not going. I said her name earlier. Can't say it 3 times or something's gonna pop up on my Twitter feed. So I'm gonna not say her name. But the curse. I feel like there's just some way that we have a beef about her because a lot of LA fans feel like she's like this amazing player, and a lot of Dream fans have given up on her. So we kind of see that. You see, it's a lot. I see a lot of beef on Twitter about her, which is kind of funny. So, but we can talk. Let's talk about Coach. Actually, let's get into Coach. Coach, did she? I mean, she's going. We're gonna win more games than we did last year. We already did that. That's an accomplishment there. Um, she just I feel like she established a culture here though. So for you, how do you feel about Coach T? What is she showing you in her first year here, and what do you think she's trying to build for this, as the culture and for her team?
Ooh, I love the tone that she set from the beginning. Like that's the type of coach that this franchise needed going forward. They had to tear it all down and build it back up. So when you starting over like that, you need somebody that's gonna establish your culture and how she wants her players to play, how she wants everybody to conduct themselves. Like they really have done a great job of pulling pieces together for her. And there might be some starting blocks, but give her a tip top roster. I can see coach of the year in her future. Like I can see a championship in her future if they give her the building blocks because she has like come in guns blazing already. Like they already reached their total wins from last year and some. So that's a great sign going forward. If they make the playoffs, that would be even better sign. But I mean, I'm really excited to see where she's gonna take the franchise. I liked her as a player, so seeing her coach this team, coach these personalities has been great to see.
Yeah, I think for her, she established a culture that I didn't think was gonna be. I don't know. I didn't think it was gonna be that the way it was. I think she kind of came in here and set a no kind of BS culture. Like we not gonna play around. We're gonna play basketball, and that's what basketball is gonna be about basketball. And I think, like you said, we needed that. We had to drain the system. I think we had to, as they drain the swamp. Had to get rid of everybody, and that's what happened. We just had to get rid of it. I mean, that's just it's not. It's a good thing that she came in at this point because we got rid of all the toxic players. We not gonna have to deal with any of the coaches and the players arguing and this and that because all of those people are gone. We had a new fresh roster basically, and she got to walk in with a new fresh roster and a team that has to build chemistry. And I think that's really good. That was something that was set. It was set. The I'm gonna give Renee her credit. She gave Tanisha the right setup for her to come in as a head coach. She gave her the right entryway into being a head coach. It's not being a lot of her having to walk into a mess. She got to walk in with something new, something fresh. We got rid of a lot of the players. We didn't sign Courtney Williams back. Got rid of Kennedy. Second time saying it. See, curse. It's coming. I can't say it one more time. And we got rid of what we like. We just got rid of everything that was bad, and she got to come into something new. And let's talk about Renee, because Renee was I mean, what she turned the franchise around to be was something. I mean, this like the stadium atmosphere. I'll just talk about everything else besides basketball that she does. The stadium, the way the court looks now, the atmosphere, we went from the worst to the number one best women's basketball arena atmosphere. Like, I mean, it's stuff like that we don't that doesn't get talked about enough, but she deserves her credit for it, and that everybody on her team deserves their credit for it, because they really turned around the franchise. I wouldn't say that was dying, but that was a lot of people had stopped caring about it. A lot of people still really haven't cared about the dream, but at the same time, a lot of people are starting to care, and they're starting to get a lot more attention towards their games, and a lot more people starting to talk about them. So, what do you give? What is your takes on Renee? What's all you can put? And you can put the Dan Pat over in there too.
Man, I'm loving what they're doing. Like as far as creating the atmosphere that they want their players to play in, it's really paying off because you can see like how many games that they're actually selling out. Like it's crazy because like in past years, like if you gone to any games, it wasn't that lit. Like it was a lot of empty seats. Not many people was checking for them. But shoot, now like it might not be a huge arena, but it gives that feeling of like all the people being on top of you. So we're making like it's making playing in Atlanta difficult for a lot of different teams. So that's what you want as a franchise, and I'm loving the atmosphere that they're setting for Atlanta. Especially like the DJ, you know, like the in-game entertainment, the host, like Bridge Neal. I love Bridge Neal. I actually got a chance to see her at AEBL a few times, and I could see what she was building, and now seeing her with the dream, like it's a perfect fit. So I'm loving all those adjustments that they're making in the atmosphere. And as far as Pat over, he's doing his thing. Like he's pulled some pieces together that I didn't think would work, but he he's pulling it together and going forward, seeing what he's gonna do with in the next off season. It might determine us being in the playoffs or like maybe championship, because I feel like every team is like one or two pieces away personally from making a championship run. But I mean, the building blocks that he's giving Coach T has, I feel like he got something going. So we're gonna see how his mind works and how everything comes together in the future. But I'm liking it so far.
Okay, we're gonna play a little hot round to end off the show. We're gonna do our last. We're gonna do the last. I guess what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games. I'm gonna say the team we play, and I'm gonna ask you. I'm gonna say we're home or away, and the team we play, and if you think we're gonna win or not. He's gonna play it hot. It's gonna be a hot, fast. We play the Fever. Who you think we gonna win?
We're gonna win.
We got the Sparks next, so that's your little heartbreak team. Who you think's gonna win?
I might need the Sparks to win that one, unfortunately.
Oh man.
That's gonna be hard, but I
Uh,
think that's what.
that hurts. Why, man? See, that's because
It's
I
hard for
understand.
me.
I
Yeah, it's hard for
understand.
me.
Lynx versus the Dream. Who we are away that game. So 7 p.m. There will be 4 p.m. There, no, 5 p.m. their time.
Mm, the way the Lynx is playing, it might be the Lynx.
I can't be mad at that. I don't know. They're playing. They got a spark after the All Star game. I don't know if it was the Sylvia Fowles dunk. I don't know what it was, but it kind of just woke them up. They're playing hard. They're pushing. They make. I mean, they go. If anybody's gonna make a push, they're gonna make that push. Um, okay, Dreaming Aces. We're in Vegas, so that's a 7 p.m. game there, but it's a 10 o'clock game here. That's gonna be a horrible night. Um, who you think's gonna win?
Oh man, that's gonna be hard because you know the Aces is gonna be gunning for us. After that last time we played in Vegas, I feel like they're gonna be coming for us hard. So it might be the Aces.
And I'm not. Yeah, I can't even. Okay, so we played a Liberty back to back, but one game. It's like how they do in the NBA: one home and one away. Um, do we split or do we win both, or do we lose both?
I feel like we'll win both. The
I
only
don't.
reason I say that,
Go ahead.
the only reason I say that is because I feel like when it's gonna come to crunch time, I feel like Atlanta might have enough to like push, cause like that could be like a playoff deciding game, and I feel like we got enough dogs to make it happen. That's just my personal opinion, but I mean I feel like they gonna come out guns blazing, so I feel like they might be able to steal both of them.
I feel like yeah, I feel like it's gonna be a good. I feel like I said, like you said, we can steal both. I feel like we can outright win both, or we can steal both, or we split. I can see us splitting. I can see us winning in Atlanta and then losing in New York. I can just see that happening. But I can see us going back to back and just beating them up both times. And we just don't know. And I hope it's like that. I hope we beat them. Hopefully, my hope in these last games, we just go on a win streak and win them all. We go 6-0. I feel like we make the playoffs if we go 6-0. We might even jump up higher in the standings if we go 6-0. But I feel like you have to consider that 3 game stretch in the middle with the Sparks, the Lynx, and the Aces. That's a really tough stretch to play. So I think that's going to be those are the 3 deciding games about the playoffs. Really and truly, it's going to be those 3 games. Well, thank you, Miss Amber, for coming on. It was a nice little conversation we had. I actually enjoyed it. Haven't talked about the dream in a while, so thank you for coming on. And giving me some other, a co-host little perspective on it.
No problem, man. I had fun. This is good. I got to talk about the dream a little bit more. So that's dope. I appreciate it.
Definitely, definitely. Everybody in the comments, thank you for staying. Everybody that watched, thank you for commenting. Everybody subscribe to Fila Sports. Actually, Amber, where can they find you at? I'm not gonna do my shout outs first before my guests. So I'll let you go first. Where can they find you at on your social media?
All right, y'all can follow me on Twitter. It's at Ambi Writes, AMBEEWRITES. So follow me on Twitter. That's it for now. I'm still working on my Instagram, but just follow me on Twitter.
Yeah, everybody go give her a follow. She talks about the games live most of the time. I do follow her, so I do know what she tweets. It's gonna be something Sparks or Dream related. So if you don't care about the Sparks, but still give her a follow because she's still gonna talk about the Dream. You know, LA is not Atlanta, as we have T-shirts made that say that. So you know, shout out to the marketing team for making those. That was a great amazing
It
marketing.
was. I ain't even gonna lie. I
That was
can't
like
even be mad.
amazing. I was like, yeah, we had to do. I think it was just perfect timing, really and true. You couldn't be mad at it. It was just perfect timing. So shout out, thank you everybody that watched. Shout out my Twitter at Call on Tyrone ATL. Make sure you give that a follow. Make sure you follow Fila at Fila_SP. We tweet about everything. Shout out Austin Riley for getting the bag. That's gonna be another show. We'll talk about that. Y'all know Ben will get y'all covered on chopping it up. Probably tonight or tomorrow. I talked to him about it. But yeah, we're gonna talk about that Austin Riley back sometime soon. But with that, we're gonna get out of here. Anything else you got, Amber?
Nah, man, go Dream, go Sparks. That's all I got.
All right, y'all. Peace.